Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. How are you? I hope you have a blessed weekend. Okay, today you are again with me in this session for program Tuisyen Percuma Atas Talian. Okay, and this program is actually sponsored by Majlis Datuk-Datuk Negeri Melaka in collaboration with Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Melaka and Pejabat Pendidikan Daerah Jasin. Okay, you are with me, Miss Noorzailatil Akma binti Muhammad Zain, for English session. And for my session today, I will focus on, again, paper 2, part 3, review writing or writing a review. Okay, first of all, let's have a look or let's recall or recap what is review. Okay, students, review will be a short analysis where you can give your critical evaluation based on your own perspective or your opinion about certain topics or certain product, about a place, about books, movie. Okay, so when we are talking or when we are writing review, okay, you does not oblige to write only positive review. Okay, since review is talking about whether you like or dislike certain things, so it can be in positive, so you can give either positive or negative response. Okay, it is up to you since this is up to your, since this is based on your opinion or your personal perspective or your experience. Okay, and in examination, you might come across review question asking you to review about a movie, a book, a novel, a series, or you might also need to write about the song you like or dislike, and share your experience about going to a mall, a restaurant, or staying at a hotel, or having an activity at a park, or going to a holiday trip, or dining at a restaurant, eating foods, or as well as you might do review about a product. Okay, a product can be technological products such as gadget, skincare products. Okay, so the review, okay, the question about review can be vast. That's why when you are reading or when you are doing your research, try to get a gist or about the products, about the things that might help you in exam. Okay, for example, if let me try straight away do it for you. Okay, for about movie, books, novel, and series, try to read something that can be that can answer for these four questions. For example, if you read Harry Potter book, okay, you can use the same point if the question asks you to review a movie. So even though you read Harry Potter books, you still can answer the question of reviewing movie because there is a movie about Harry Potter. Okay, and if the question asks you about a novel, you can also answer Harry Potter. Okay, if the question asks you about a series, okay, you can again use Harry Potter. So be smart when you are doing your research about review. Okay, so today's focus, okay, we are going to focus on movie review. Okay, as the younger generation, whether you are Gen Z or Alpha, I think you are prone to watching movie. So let's try and have a look on how you can write better movie review. Okay, how to write an impactful movie review. Okay, you might have learned this in class. So regard this session as a revision, okay, where you can recall the things that your teacher asked in class. Okay, don't be stressed out because we are going to do sharing session. I will share with you what I've done in class with my students, and if there is something new, you can apply it in your writing. Okay, these are the tips you can use in writing movie or review. Okay. In writing review, there are elements that you need to include. For example, obviously you need to have introduction. Okay, introduction and conclusions are a must. Okay, you should start your writing with introduction and ends it with conclusion. Okay, those two things are crucial, are essential. Okay, and it is helpful in your writing if you can use descriptive language. Okay, what are descriptive language? We will see in the next slides. Okay, descriptive language, and you should give your personal or honest opinion about the question, and it might also help if you can include themes or the values that you've learned from the movie. Okay, and if you want to make your writing even better, you can try and add literary device. Okay, example of literary device would be proverb, idioms, and don't forget to give a balanced review. Okay, be honest with your review. Okay, and lastly, you have conclusion. Okay, let's have a look at introduction first. Okay, in your review or writing, you need to start with introduction. For review, first, you need to state the title and the genre. Okay, you cannot simply jump into your writing, into your movie review without stating the title. It will leave the readers hanging about what is the student is trying to say. Okay, the student is talking about which movie. So make sure you state your title. Okay, and here, please have a look at the word genre. Okay, it will be beneficial if you can state the genre of the movie that you are writing about. Okay, example of genre. We have, we have thriller, we have horror, romantic, we have comedy, science fiction, historical, sorry, historical, and many more. Okay, so make sure if you can include that, it will be good. Okay, and in your introduction, you also need to state or give a brief summary. Brief means short. Sorry, brief means short. So maybe you can write one or two sentences about the summary of the movie, and you can also share your opinion clearly. Okay, I have example here. Okay, for the example, I use Agent Ali the movie. Okay, let's read it together. Agent Ali the movie is a fun animated action movie. Okay, so in the first sentence, I stated the title as well as the genre. Here, animated action movie. Okay, it is about a smart boy, Ali, who becomes a young spy. The movie combines cool technology, funny moments, and a lot of action. Okay, here, this two sentence is the summary. Okay, the summary for the movie. And I enjoy watching it because the story was interesting and full of surprises. Okay, this one here will be my opinion. Okay, so if you notice, I only have around 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sentences only for my introduction. Okay, don't be stressed out. Okay, even though the introduction is short, as long as it can hook the readers, you are fine to go. All right. Okay, now let's have a look at descriptive language. Okay. Descriptive language means the words that you use to describe the, the situation, the character, the movie, or basically it will be adjective. Okay, you use adjective to describe the movie, the character, okay, the storyline. Okay, what are some adjectives that you have come across? Okay, you can use the word dynamic, dazzling, intense, moving, immersive. Okay, and in the example, I also use the word electrifying. Alright, okay, fun, cool. Okay, those are adjectives. Alright, so let's read the example together. The electrifying fight scene were perfectly synced with high energy music track. So here I use electrifying to describe the fighting scenes. Okay, you can simply write the fight scenes were interesting. Okay, you can simply write that. But if you give adjective, if you insert more adjective, it will make your writing impactful to the readers. Okay, now next one. The next element is express your own opinion. Okay, here when you are expressing your opinion, you can say whether you like or dislike things, but make sure you give reason. Okay, here, say what you like or dislike and why. Okay, you cannot simply make claim that I don't like the movie without giving reason. Okay, you can say that, but your mark will be in lower bands. But if you can provide reasons, elaboration, justification, and you make it clear to the readers, examiners, then you might get marks for your elaboration, for your CA. Okay, and you can use opinion phrases such as, in my opinion, I feel that, what I like most, or I was impressed by. Okay, and if you don't like it, if you dislike it, you can say, I don't really like it. I dislike the movie. I dislike the scenes because, or you can say, I was not really impressed with the movie. Okay, you can use that word to give your idea, to share your opinion. Okay, the example, what I like most about Agent Ali, the movie, was how it mixed cool spy action with strong emotions. It felt fresh and original. Okay, it might be short. I only write two sentences here, but it expresses my opinion. Okay, next one. Highlight the themes and value. Okay, as I mentioned, it will be beneficial and it will be helpful for you if you can write the themes and value. Okay, if you include themes and value, you can have more points for your CA. You have a lot of things to write for your CA, and it will make your writing more detailed. Okay, when you are writing themes or values, make sure you link the movie to a life lesson. Okay, link what you have learned from the movie with your life or what happened in the real life. Okay, for example, you can talk about the themes of teamwork. Okay, you need to have good teamwork in real life too. So that would be a theme or a value. Bravery, friendship, balancing fame and responsibility. Okay, those are values. Okay, you can also talk about the values of helping each other. Okay, that is also a value. Okay, let's read the example. The movie reminded me that even heroes like Ali need help and courage to do the right thing in order to protect what matters most. Okay, again, if you notice, my example is a bit simple. Okay, I forgot to mention that the sample is actually meant for intermediate to weak student. If you are in the advanced student or if you are in proficiency level, okay, you can use this and adapt or insert more elaboration, okay, to make your writing become better. Okay, next one, use literary device. Okay, here, using literary device will add creativity and emotional depth to your review. Okay, you can use literary device such as simile, metaphor or idioms, proverb, or if you have quotes from certain public figures, you can include this. Okay, let's have a look at the example for simile. Like a candle in the dark. Okay, or you can use idioms or proverb. Unity is strength. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, or you can, or the most popular one that you use, as easy as ABC, as busy as B. Okay, those are similes. For example, let's have a look. Let's read the example here. The movie's energy exploded like firework. Okay, exploded like firework. This is simile. Okay, a metaphor. Keeping my eyes glued to the screen. Okay, here you use the word glued to the screen from start to the finish. Okay, so it gives more imagination, okay, about your situation when you are watching the movies. It means that the movie is attracting enough, interesting enough for you to keep your eyes open wide. Okay, and here for review, when you are writing review, you should give your honest and balanced review. Okay, balance means it should be, you can say what you like, and you can also say about what you dislike. Make sure it is balanced. Don't lean too much on this. If you, this will relate to your recommendation later. If you decide to recommend it to others, so make sure you write more on the things that you like. Okay, let's say you decided on recommending things, but you write more review about things that you don't like. So it is not balanced. Okay, here it is an optional, but if you can write it, it will be better. Okay, mention one thing that could be improved. Okay, one thing, but if you can provide more, yes, you can do so. Okay, when you are giving your review, shows maturity and your critical thinking. Okay, you can give simple idea, but elaborate it to make it seems you are mature candidates. Okay, for example, while I love the animation and humor in Agent Ali the movie, I felt the ending could be more emotional and meaningful. Okay, look at here. You love the animation and humor. However, you give another suggestion that the ending could be more emotional and meaningful. Okay, there are good side of the movie, but you also provide one thing to improve. So it's balance. You give your opinion whether you liked it or not, and your suggestion. Okay, and lastly, in writing, you need to have a conclusion. Okay, powerful conclusion. Okay, to write a powerful conclusion, you need to summarize your thoughts. Summarize means you wrap everything that you have written and compact it in the last paragraph. Okay, and in conclusion, you also need to state the recommendation. Okay, whether you recommend the movie or not. And it is helpful if you can end your conclusion with an emotional or reflective line. It means that you reflect to real life situation. Okay, the example, Agent Ali the movie is perfect for teenagers. Okay, for teenagers who enjoy action, adventures, and cool spy stories. Okay, here you have give your thought. Perfect for teenagers, especially the teenagers who enjoy action, adventures and spy stories. So you have summarized the target audience of the movie. Okay. Then recommendation. Okay. It taught me that even young heroes have their own struggles and need to be brave. Okay. This one is a reflective thought. Okay, reflective. Okay, if you notice, I put 3 bullets: summarize, recommend, and reflective line. Okay, where is the recommendation? There are only two sentences here. The first one is summarize, and the last one will be reflective. So where is the recommendation words? Okay, here. The first sentence. Okay, the first sentence will serve as summary as well as the recommendation. Okay. If you want to make it even clearer, you can start your sentence by stating, I really recommend Agent Ali the movie. Okay. It is perfect for teenagers who enjoy adventure and cool spy story. Okay, how you write your recommendation is actually up to you. Okay, as long as the message or the recommendation is clearly seen through, so you are good to go. Okay, now let's do it together. Okay, here we will see a sample question and we will try to answer the content point one by one. Okay. Okay, this will be the sample question. Okay, let's read it together. Okay, review needed. Have you watched a movie recently? Okay, recently means maybe last week or last month or maybe yesterday. Okay. Write a review of the movie explaining the most memorable scene and the lesson you learned. Will you recommend it to others and why? Okay. It is crucial for you to analyze the question before you start writing. Okay, let's analyze this first. Okay, usually there will be around 3 or 4 content points. So let's dig in here. Okay, have you watched a movie recently? Okay, there's no C here. Write a review. Okay, this is the indicator that your task has begun. Okay, write a review of the movie explaining. Okay, the indicator of task requirement, explaining the most memorable scene and the lesson you learn. Okay, will you recommend it to others and why? So for this question, you have 3 content points. This one is C1, lesson is C2, and recommendation is C3. Okay, send us your review. The best review will be published in our special issue. Okay? Okay. As I mentioned, there are 3 content points here. The first one is memorable scenes. Second, the lesson you learn. Okay, and third one is recommendation. Okay, the most memorable scene, it means that you only need to write about one scene only. Okay, what happens if you write more than one? Okay, you are not going to be penalized for it, but the examiners will give mark based on which scene will be dominant. Okay, so most mean only one, the top one. So only one scene. Okay, the lesson you learn. Okay, look at the word lesson, no S there, so it means that you only need to provide with one lesson. Okay, one lesson. Okay, you might say, oh, this is very easy. one scene and one lesson. Okay, yes, it is easy, but remember, okay, it is easy for you to score content point, but you need to be aware of your CA. Okay, when you only have one requirement for each C, so it means that you need to elaborate more to get your mark for CA. Okay, step 1. Let's have a look how can you write introduction. Okay, I have sentence starter here or template. Okay, these are the sentence starter that you can use to start your introduction. Okay, first you can start your introduction by stating, I recently watched a movie called, okay, then insert the title. Or you can use another way. It is a or an action, comedy, fantasy, animated or drama film. Okay, choose either one based on what you have watched. Or you can start it by stating the story is about, okay, this is where you give your short summary. Or you can give opinion, what you feel, share what you felt by stating, I really enjoy it because, okay, then write your reason here. Okay, some useful vocabulary that you can use in writing introductions are, okay, you can say that the movie is funny, exciting. Okay, the story is a touching movie, scary, meaningful, powerful, as well as emotional. Okay, there are others vocabulary that you know, so include it in your introduction. Okay, I have prepared a sample here. Okay, I recently watched an animated action movie called K-pop Demon Hunter. Okay, this movie is currently trending on Netflix, so I'm pretty sure that most of the students have watched this. So that's why I use this sample, this example. Okay, this one you have stated the title, and this is the genre of the movie. It is about a K-pop girl group who fight demon in secret. Okay, you have give brief summary. Okay. They also sing and dance on stage. The movie is full of cool music and powerful messages. I really enjoyed it because the story is unique and the characters are strong and brave. Okay, you have all three elements to include in introduction. You have stated the title and genre. Okay, you have given brief summary, and you also give your opinion. So all three elements for introduction are successfully checked out in this writing, in this sample. Okay, now let's have a look at the scenes. Okay, the scene. You can choose any part of the movie. Okay, any part of the movie that you find memorable. Memorable means unforgettable. Okay, the scene that you, even after you watch the movie, you still remember it. It even occurred in your dream. That is how impactful the scene was for you. So try to use the scene that you remember the most. Not, okay, sometimes it can be the scene that the most interesting parts of the movie. Okay, it's up to you. Okay, it can be the scene where it shows sad scene or funny scene or fighting scene. It's up to you. Everyone has different point of view. So don't be bound to only one scene or that you watch on or review that you watch on other social platform. Make sure the scene is close to you. The scene that impact you the most. Okay. Okay, the sentence starter here. Okay, you can use the most unforgettable scene was when. Okay, here you can state the name of the character. Was when the character, okay, do what? Okay, what happened to the character? Okay, make sure you write a bit more on that. Okay, or you can start by saying, I will always remember it because, okay, Always remember, it means that it is unforgettable. Okay, you see how you play with the word. Okay, so this is one way for you to not repeating the same vocabulary in writing. Okay, instead of using unforgettable throughout the essay, okay, you can say I will always remember. Okay, it's stuck in my head. Okay, or you can say that the scene impact me, or you can say it. I can vividly recall the scene. Okay, it shows that you really remember it to the core. Okay, then you can also state your feeling about the scene. It made me feel happy, amazed, scared, proud, inspired, sad. You can also state that it makes you angry, anxious, upset. Okay, whatever feeling that you have when you watch the scene. Okay, and remember that I say your review does not necessarily you write about positive only. You can state the negative points of it too, but make sure it is balanced. Maybe the most unforgettable scene will be the scene that you hate the most. So it's okay to do that. Okay, don't be afraid, don't be too stressed about giving only the positive scene. Okay, the most happiest scene. Okay, it is not like that. Okay, you should, again, I emphasize that you should write honestly on based what you are. Okay, based on what you remember the most. Okay, okay here. Okay, useful phrases. Stood up bravely. Saved the day. Showed true friendship. Used her voice. Fought the enemy. Did not give up. Okay. You can also add another vocabulary. Strive for success. Or when you are talking about fighting scenes, you can say mm, bravely slay the enemy. Okay, you can also use the word as opponent, the villain, the demons. Okay, use various of words. Okay, play with the words. Okay, let all the vocabulary that you have kept in your mind from ever since your kindergarten days until Form 5. This is the time where you implement all those phrases and words. Okay. Okay, you can also describe the situation of the scenes. You can, okay, since we are talking about K-pop Demon Hunter, you can describe the stage. Okay, you can say the stage is full of lights. Okay, the dynamic, the choreography, okay, the harmony. Okay, or you can also use the word as the stage presence of the character. Or you can comment on the vocal. Okay, powerful vocal. Okay, so there are plenty of key scenes when you are explaining the scenes, you can explain about the scene itself. You can talk about the characters or the impact on you. Okay, and when you are talking about your feeling, make sure to state reason why. Okay, let's say it made me feel inspired. Why the scene makes you inspired? Okay, state the reason. You can say that because in real life, okay, we have to fight our demon, our own demon in ourselves. Okay, we have to be strong in facing challenges in life. So that is when you share your balanced and honest review. Okay. Okay, here will be the sample. The most unforgettable scene was when Rumi, the leader. Okay, here the most unforgettable scene. You can replace the scene I remember the most. Okay, or you can also say the scene that I cannot forget. There are plenty of ways to state the most memorable scene. The most unforgettable scene. Okay. Another one is the most memorable scene. Okay. See, there are 4 sentences. There are 4 phrases that you can use to convey the ideas of the most memorable scene. The most memorable scene, the scene that I cannot forget, the scene I remember the most, or the most unforgettable scene. Okay, was when Rumi, so the character here you mentioned the character, the leader stood alone on stage to fight the demon boy band Saja Boys and a big shadow demon called Grima. Okay, here is the scene. Okay, once you started the character, so you need to clearly state the scene. Okay, make sure that will be the most crucial parts of it. Okay, you need to be clearly or state the scene so that the examiners will know, okay, that you have answered the requirement for C1. Okay, she was scared, but she sang with all her heart. Her voice became a bright light and pushed the demons away. Okay, see how the words is being played here. Okay, here on the scene, you say that the main character fight the boy band as well as the demon. Okay, then in the latter sentence, you say that she was scared. Okay, that would be the descriptions of the scene. Okay, during the scene, obviously Rumi was scared, but she still sang with all her heart. Okay, you give the uh, contradiction. Okay, stood standing alone, but at the same time she feels scared and still proceed singing it. Okay, and the result will be the voice become a bright light. Okay, this is again descriptive words that you can use. Okay, push the demon away. Okay, another adjective that you can use to make your review impactful. Okay, then you restate the task requirement. I will always remember this part because, okay, this one you restate or you emphasize your C1. Okay. I will always remember this part because it was so powerful and emotional. It made me feel inspired. Okay, you might think that this is a bit short. Yes, it is short. So you can elaborate more on the powerful. Powerful what? Powerful scenes. It was the most powerful battle. Okay. Emotional, you can elaborate more. Scene, fights, or battle. Okay, when you're talking about emotional, you can say why you are emotional when watching that scene. When you watch that scene, okay, you can say about the friends. Okay, the ending of the scene. Okay, the flow of it. And last one, it made me feel inspired. If you want to elaborate more on how it makes you feel, of how you get inspiration from the scene, go ahead. Okay, you can say that. Okay, the characters show, sorry, characters show great teamwork. or trust. Okay, all right. So if you think that the sample is short, you can add another point. You can add another elaboration. Okay, now this will be for your C2 lesson, the lesson that you have learned from the movie. Okay, the sentence starters, the phrases that you can use. First, from this movie, I learned that. Okay, sometimes the question can ask you straightforward about the lesson that you have learned. And sometimes the question can also ask you in this way. Explain the moral value that you learned. Okay? Explain the moral value that you learned from the movie. So don't be nervous when usually you will practice using the word of lesson learned, and suddenly in exam you come across the word moral value. So it is actually the same thing. Okay, you can use the same points. You can use the same idea to write it. Okay, from this movie I learned that. Okay, or you can also write in this way. It taught me to be brave, to believe in myself, work as a team, help each other. Or if you can add up, you can say believe in my teammate, or to be honest. Be honest with people around me. Okay? Or you can say show your true color. Show my true color. Okay? It taught me to fight for what is right. Fight for justice. Okay? Or you can also say it taught me to uh, work hard to to heal myself, to help others. Okay. Okay. Next, you can also use the character. Okay, who is the character? Shows this when he or she. Okay, he or she depend on the character that you mentioned. Okay, useful quotes or proverb that you can use. Be strong and never give up. Okay, teamwork makes the dream work. Star shines brightest in the darkest sky. Okay, you can use this quote. And if you have other proverb, other idioms, other similes or metaphor, okay, feel free to use it. Okay, this will be just a sample. Okay, and I can't provide much because I can't provide much due to the time limitation. All right. Okay, here will be the sample. Okay, from this movie, I learned that we must face our fear and believe in ourselves. Okay, this is the lesson, one lesson. Face our fear and believe in ourselves. Okay, face our fear means that you cannot cover yourself or lock yourself in your room without doing anything about something that you are scared of. You need to face it and conquer it. Okay, and believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, to make it simple, have confidence in what you are doing. Okay, Rumi did not give up when he was afraid. Okay, remember the scene just now? Okay, Rumi stood alone on the stage. She felt scared, but she still sang. Okay, so this is the lesson that you learned. Rumi did not give up even when he was afraid. Okay, she showed the real courage. Okay, courage can be exchanged to bravery. Okay, real bravery comes from the heart. Okay, real power, okay, comes from the heart. The movie also taught me the value of teamwork and supporting each other. Okay, again, the sample is short. Okay, the sample is quite short and it might seem that it is not elaborated much. Okay, how can you elaborate more on this? Okay, Rumi did not give up when he was afraid. Okay, you can add on here. She continued singing. Okay, okay, in front of the demon. Okay, you can add the scenes back here. Okay, you can rewrite the scene but in different way. Okay, the demon, or you can say she. Okay, she also fought the demons with her friends. Okay, if you want to mention the name of the character of her friends, Zoe and Mira, go ahead. Okay, that will make it better. Okay, she showed the real courage comes from the heart. Okay, if you have watched the movie on Netflix, you will see that when Rumi was singing at that scene, the hearts of the people started to light up blue. Okay, so you can add it here. Okay, the movie also taught me the value of teamwork. Okay, you can highlight here the the girl band, the the K-pop girl band. Okay, they their voice harmonized together, and it helps to defeat the demon. And supporting each other. Okay, here you can also use the same characters. You can use Rumi and her friends. And okay, this will be for your C3 recommendation. Okay, recommendation is a must in your review. Okay, again, sometimes it might not be appear as will you recommend it to others? Okay, maybe it will say, would you suggest this? Would you suggest others to watch the movie? Or you can say, is this movie worth to be watched by others? Okay, different words, but it will focus on the same task, whether you recommend the movie or not. Recommendation. Okay, usually for review we will end with recommendation. Okay, the sentence starters, when you're giving your recommendations, you can say, I would highly recommend this movie to, okay, the target audience here. You need to mention the target audience. Who do you think would like the movie? Or if you, okay, let's say from the C1 and C2, you have talked about the dislike, or you do not, or you are leaning forward not to recommend it, you can say, I would not recommend, okay, this movie to, again, the target audience. Okay, remember at the start of our session, I see you can give positive or negative responses. Okay, so in recommendation, you can also do that. You can either recommend or not recommend, or you will not recommend it, because sometimes when you watch movie, you will feel that, okay, it is not worth watching, so you will not recommend it to others. So you can state that in the review. Okay, so next one, you can also say people who like, okay, what kind of movie, okay, the genre, will enjoy this movie. Or you can say the people who like the genres or other genres will not enjoy watching the movie. Okay, last one, second last one. I think others should watch it because, okay, reasons. Give reason or reasons. If you want to hear when giving recommendation, you can give more than one reason. Okay, up to you. Okay, it is a fun, meaningful, powerful, a must watch. Okay, you can say worthy. Okay, films to watch because, again, make sure you add reason or elaboration. Here, okay, the reason, the elaboration, the justification is actually for you to convince the reader. One thing about review is it is all about convincing the readers, convincing others to watch, to use, or to read. Okay, to watch the movies, to use the product, or to read the books. Okay, this is where you manage to convince the reader. It means that your CA is on point, on the top. Okay. Okay, well, this will be the sample for recommendation, a very simple one. Okay, you can use this either for yourself or you can adapt it or change it here and there to make it more elaborated. I would recommend this movie to teenagers who like music, action, and stories about bravery. Okay, this will be positive one, positive response. Okay, first you state the recommendation. I would recommend. Okay, see here you have answered for C3. But reason, the target audience will be teenagers. This will be the target audience, your target audience. Who do you think would love the movie? So here you targeted the teenagers who likes music, action, stories about bravery. Okay, you can also add about animation. Okay, the people who likes animation or animated movie. Okay, that will be another target audience. Okay, people who enjoy K-pop or anime style movie will really love it. Okay, this is again to emphasize the target audience. Let me write it here. Emphasize target audience. Okay, next one. K-pop Demon Hunters is fun to watch and has a good message for young people. Okay, has a good message here. If you want to elaborate, you can say again. You can restate the moral. Okay, such as teamwork. Okay, believe in your teammates. Alright. Fight for justice. Okay, you can elaborate more on the message to make it more elaborated. I think everyone should give it a try. Okay, again, this phrase, last phrase, I think everyone should give a try. You actually restate or emphasize the recommendation. Okay, sometimes the students only tend to write recommendation on the first sentence only. Okay, that is okay. But if you can actually write it again at the last sentence, that would be very good. I think everyone should give it a try. Okay, it means that you actually convincing the ideas that okay, whatever it is, you should watch this. Okay, convincing. Remember the word convincing. Convince the audience. Convince the reader. All right. Okay. This will be. We are leaning toward the end of my session. Okay. Sometimes my student used to ask me, teacher, can the movie review template be adapted for a book or novel review? Yes, the answer is yes. Not only for books or novel review. You can use the same template, the same sentence starter that we discussed just now for mostly you can use it for series, drama review, documentary, or even you have the skill, you can also use it for plays, okay, for music, okay. The answer is yes. So this is one thing that I told my student. Be smart. especially for SPM candidate this year, you only have 25 weeks of study, and then you will sit for your exam, your trial and your exam. So be smart when you are learning or when you are studying. Okay, and review will be one of the things that you can actually learn or construct beforehand. Sometimes, okay, this is a perk that I did with my student last year. Okay, sometimes the same sample, let's say, just now we did the sample for K-pop Demon Hunter. Okay, sometimes you can use the same sample for or to answer other review. For example, K-pop Demon Hunter, and then suddenly the question asks you about the product review, about a product review. So you can use the same thing, K-pop Demon Hunter merchandise. Okay, when you mention the word merchandise, you have answered the question for product. So that is what I meant by be smart, work smart in your study. Okay, here, okay, how to adapt the template. Okay, this will be some basic things that you can do to adapt and adopt the sample question in answering other types of review. Okay, here I use how to adapt the movie review to answer books or novel. And if we have time, I will suggest for maybe for music review. Okay, the movie that I watched recently. Okay, here you can adapt it for book or novel review by stating the book, the novel, or you can, okay, if you want to say ebook, go ahead, ebook, or website. Okay, you can use that. Website that I read recently. Okay, what is it? Okay, mention the website, mention the books, mention the novel. Okay, you can say recently. Okay, you can say Harry Potter. I love to write Harry Potter because my student can integrate it. My student can switch from the book review to movie review in instant. Okay, and Harry Potter also have merchandise, so that is product, and there are also e-books for it. So it means that you can use the same one for various of question. Okay, next one. If you want to state about movie, sorry, not movie, music or songs review. Okay, you can say the song that I, okay, watch is for movie, read will be for the things that you read the books. Okay, song, it will relate to what you listen. Okay, the song that I listen to recently. Okay, state the song. Okay, or what is the product? You can state the product that I get tried or used recently. Tried recently. Okay, see, if you notice, you only change maybe one or two words here. See, okay, you watch, okay, you change the word movie to books or novel, songs and product. Okay, and then the next word that you change will be watch, to read, listen, and try. Okay, basically from one sentence starter, you can adapt and change one or two words to change the topic or to change the task requirement, to answer the requirement, to fit the task requirement. Okay, next one, the most memorable scene. You can say the most memorable parts, chapter, event from the book. Or what would be for songs? Okay, you can say the most interesting parts of the song. Okay, for product, you can say uh, the best benefit. Okay, the benefit of the products. Alright, that will be one way to adapt the template. Okay, here, this will be focusing on the values or moral lesson. Morals. Okay, from the movie, I learned that from the book, novel, e-books. I learned that from the song. I learned that from the product. I gain. Okay, so adapting one or two words here. Okay. For recommendation, I would highly recommend the movie. I would highly recommend this book to a novel. I would highly recommend this song to, okay, you can say I would highly recommend this product to, okay, you see how you can integrate it, you can change it into the various of question. Okay, I have a question for you to practice. Okay, let's have a read it or let's read together. Okay. Have you read an interesting novel recently? Write a review about the novel explaining the most memorable part and the moral value in the novel. Will you recommend it to others and why? Okay, memorable parts. If you remember from the first question, I asked you about memorable scene. And in the previous question, I asked about lesson. But in this question, I asked about moral value. So it's basically, if you notice, it can be switched up. Okay, will you recommend it to others? Okay, that will be recommendation. Okay, send us your review. The best review will be published in our special issue. Okay. Okay. I would like to ask your opinion. If you are in a tight situation, let's say in exam, you suddenly have a stuck moment where you can't think of anything, any new ideas to write about. Okay, can you actually use the previous sample? Okay, in the previous sample, I used movie, isn't it? Okay, I use a review of movie. But the question asks you about novel. Can you use the same sample and switch it up, change it up, adapt it up, and make it as novel review? Do you think it is possible? Okay, for me personally, it is possible for you to do that. But you need to know how to change the word here and there. And that is where the part just now, adapting the template, comes in. Okay, for example, the K-pop Demon Hunter novel. Okay, in the sample, I said K-pop Demon Hunter movie. So you change it up. Okay, that if you are really weak, you can do that. But if you have the ability to write, okay, try to use it. Okay, all right. Okay, this will be the end of my session. Okay, I'll see you again in the next session. And if you have, okay, if you have requests for me to share about writing or speaking, listening, do let me know here in the column, in the comment section, so that I can cater to your need. Okay, I did review this week because on my previous session, the students asked me to do review. So if you would like me to do another review, maybe for product review, please review for the next session, I can do that. All right. So if there are no questions, okay, I will end my session. So for today's session, it is sponsored by Majlis Datuk-Datuk Negeri Melaka in collaboration with Jabatan Pelajaran Negeri Melaka and Pejabat Pendidikan Negeri Melaka. Okay, and I would like to give credit to the panels of module from Melaka, module Gemilang, module Masyur, for preparing the tips, useful tips and techniques that I can share with you today. Okay, and with that, I wish everyone good luck for your trial exam as well as SPM. Hope everyone will pass English with flying colours, A or A+. Okay, that's the end of my session. Have a good weekend and Assalamualaikum.